Well, we've got a good spot over here, so let's just keep expanding. In fact, I think actually as a project for this series, we're just going to expand out so our shit is currently just facing a portal, and so the subjugation, the enemy wave just shows up and we just shoot them immediately. I think that would be great. Not gonna happen, but still. But so, you know, part of the reason why Catterday, for example, has I'm just gonna roll back to the whole like treating YouTube as a job stuff. Part of the reason why Catterday has rolled back to myself, Purple Phantom, Bad Stainless, and Birdcatcher is we all either treat it like a job or treat it seriously and show up. You know, generally no excuses. No like just I don't feel like showing up this week. That grinds my gears to no end. There are specific YouTubers that I don't like working with anymore because they didn't take it seriously. And I mean, to be fair, they don't need to. It's not their job. They've got a career. But for me, and it actually being my career, it's kind of like if you were trying to be a professional baseball player with an amateur team. Ultimately, you're going to get fed up with the other players, you know, not giving a shit about what's going on. To the point where, like, you know, there's a serious disconnect on the team, and that's why you have pro leagues and, you know, pickup leagues, because otherwise, you're never going to be able to get anything done. Alright. You guys still chopping down trees over here? You better. Because if we can get that wall up... Nope. Fuck, they're gone. We'll wait for the next day. Because, yeah, if I can expand out here, that'll actually be kind of handy. I don't even know where the Hammer Bros have gone. Oh, they're already back here. Oh, that's fair. You know, there's a reason why Catterday has turned into, you know, just specific people. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with any of these things. But it's just so hard to find dedicated people as far as YouTube goes. It's hard to find hardworking people. I mean, this is true of anything, not just YouTube. It's hard to find people that are specifically, like, willing to go to the distance on any project. This is why so many indie games fail. Because there's a ton of like, hey, wouldn't it be cool if games that start. But, you know, only one or two people are willing to put forward the effort. And, I mean, part of the problem is generally you expect payment, but if you want to be like a true indie game with, like, zero funding and stuff like that, pretty much everybody has to go into that shit pro bono, and then adjust from there. Which is kind of an interesting situation in and of itself. I don't know. It's weird. Growing on YouTube is hard. But yeah, back to my rant about, like, seeing people asking about how to grow. You grow by doing it. You don't come in late. You don't make excuses. You make your videos and you're done. Speaking of, that was a very small wave. Yeah, you can't go into YouTube expecting money. Oh man, I have seen too many people over the course of YouTube who expected that they were going to make it big. Who expected that they were going to make a lot of money by doing YouTube. I had one guy who was actually quite angry that YouTube was taking even like 50%. I guess they take 45%, I think, of your ad revenue. I could be wrong, but I think they take 45%. It's been a while since I've checked the actual math, because, you know, I just kind of let it sit and then just hope everything turns out okay. Really would like to build this wall. But, you know, a lot of people see becoming YouTube famous as a get-rich-quick scheme. As a, you know, I'm going to do this thing and become famous on YouTube. You know, I'm going to be the next PewDiePie. I saw a guy on Twitter the other day attacking a larger YouTuber, RPG Mings, talking about how her content is, like, zero effort, and she should stop whining about these things, and that, his content is so much better than hers, and, why she shouldn't whine when she's effectively got a silver spoon shoved up her ass. And I was thinking about it for a while, and I'll be honest, I've met Minx. I've actually done several videos with her, effectively. I can't talk about it. And they're not going to be on my channel, possibly ever. Much to my general disappointment. But, I've met her, I've worked with her and stuff like that, and you know what? Yeah, there are a lot of things that she could do to improve and stuff like that. Oh, they changed it to 45. It used to be 55%. Okay, that's how it works. But, so this guy was, verbally attacking her for being a low-effort YouTuber. And I was thinking about it for a while, and it's like, yeah, but, I mean, she made it. Admittedly, she piggybacked collab-wise from a lot of people. There's a huge number of reasons why anybody grew on YouTube more than anybody else. In a lot of cases, people that got there early. But, whatever. Minx is large. Might not be changing with the time, might have to do other stuff. Who cares? My main focus was this dude who, as far as I was kind of concerned, he didn't belong. His attitude mirrors an attitude that I see in a lot of situations. That a lot of people, go into YouTube thinking that they are perfect, that they're the funniest person on the internet, that they are the ones that have managed, that are being slighted for some reason, that it's just bad luck that they're small, that, they didn't get noticed or something. It's always something. And I think about it, and I will totally agree. There's a lot of people that have just gotten, hideously lucky for no fucking reason, and have managed to grow massive YouTube empires as a result. I mean, here's a good example. Hoodie Panda. Hoodie Panda is a great guy, and I'm absolutely glad he managed to do as well as he has done. Because the poor guy's had just a purely shit life, from what I can tell. But, I mean, he's effectively a bastion of positivity. And I'm glad that, he got such a major boost in comparison to, a lot of other people. But Hoodie Panda put up, a video on an old-ass game. I don't even remember what the game is called. But the game's been out for years. Because I know WoW did a video on it in, 2012 or some shit like that. So he put up a video on this, and it managed to skyrocket him from 8,000 subs to 30 fucking thousand subs. It's insane. And I was sitting there being why not me? And I mean, this is true of many situations. I've seen, I saw the artist that got the position at Blue Mammoth, when I didn't. And I was sitting there thinking, why not me? I'm better than this person. And who knows, maybe they interviewed better than I did, maybe they did any number of things, who knows? But I was sitting there kind of bitterly thinking, why not me? And I realized, whatever. It's not the world's responsibility to give me what I want. It's my responsibility to, make it so that I get what I want. And so, be it YouTube, be it, art positions, be it that car I want, it's not, it's not the world's responsibility to give it to me. And, I mean, realistically, the problem is a lot of people mistake, their hard work for actual hard work. I see people that part-time on YouTube that put up, 8 videos a month. For frame of reference, that is, let's say a month on average is 30 days. Let's see. Can I even do math right now? I'm pretty dumb. 3, 4... Fuck, I can't videos. Effectively, a video every, 3 or 4 days and stuff like that. Call this episode Life Lessons. Man, I don't even know what this is. I'm gonna call any of this. This is just me, just like ranting, because what else am I gonna talk about? I've played Kingdom to hell and back, and I'm just kind of here because it's relaxing. It's something that I can play mindlessly without having to worry about, you know, winning or losing at this point, which is kind of fun. Okay, do we actually have recruits coming from this direction? I wasn't paying too much attention. Okay, there they are. Because, yeah, I'd like to get some more farmers here. But, you know, I see a lot of people complaining about, you know, why isn't my channel growing enough or whatever. And, I mean, I will admit, I've gotten lucky. I feel kind of bad for my buddy Keith, who, I guess this is going to be kind of like a inside somebody else's YouTube channel. But, for people that don't know, Sebastian SB, I'm doing my Divinity Original Sin. Yep, let's stay away from that for a second. Is this a blood moon? This is a blood moon. I wasn't even paying attention. That was a good boulder. These guys are definitely messing things up a bit. But I'm doing my Divinity Original Sin series with him, and it's an absolute blast. I'm having a ton of fun with the game. But he's been doing YouTube since 2011. The fuck are these guys? There must be some leftover archers that were stuck out in the hail. We've probably got some flyers coming in, but I don't see them. I'll just recruit these people for the time being. Oh, there they are. Apparently they've gone past me and I didn't even notice. Well, alright. I guess we gotta go buy some more bows. That's not the end of the world. But poor guy's been doing YouTube for twice as long as I have, give or take. And his original channel was Sad Games. Actually, it was originally going to be like a podcast channel. Dude wanted to be a podcaster, but it's hard to be a podcast. It's harder to be a podcaster without being attached to some like kind of video game aggregate site. Than otherwise, let's buy 2 more scythes and then just everything else into bows. But so, you know, he's been doing this since 2011. Problem is he partnered up with a guy who, you know, I've met, I've done videos with. He's nice, but he's incredibly inconsistent. If you're ever planning on doing a YouTube channel and you want to do it with a good friend, make sure that friend actually will show up on time. I mean, can you imagine if the Game Grumps occasionally had just like Aaron missing from a video because he didn't feel like showing up for a day? That's more or less what you have to worry about. Or, you know, if he just goes away for a month and he's like, yeah, I don't feel like doing any YouTube for a while. You know, that is one of the greatest pitfalls of starting a YouTube channel, is starting it with a friend. Whenever I get the chance to give advice in this matter, I always say, if you and your friends want to make a YouTube channel together, make one channel per person, and if one channel fails, it doesn't sink everybody else. I've got a lot of friends that have lost their channels. Not because it was taken down or anything like that, but just because, you know, whomever they originally started with, whomever they originally worked with, stopped. The hell do I have all these archers turning around? Oh, right, they're doing that, like, weird changing the guard thing, where they switch from one side to the other. I don't understand why they do that. It's weird, and I don't like it. But there's a lot of people that, you know, that can lose their channel because they lost their major collaborator, and that is rough. And I always say, you know, start a solo channel and then bring friends on, because if you can't commentate solo, there's going to come a day when you can't have a friend show up and help you with that video, and it's just not going to be fun. I started my channel as a duo channel. Shell and I were going to be the, you know, some kind of Game Grumps analog thing, whatever you want to call it. We were effectively aiming to be a Game Grumpsian style channel with, you know, 2 players doing everything together. Problem is, she wasn't interested. She's still only marginally interested in YouTube, but is more interested now that she's realized that I make more money than her, or will within the next couple months. And, you know, I mean, she enjoys the games. It's just not a high priority when you're not doing it for any money and you're more interested in job hunting, which, to be fair, makes total freaking sense. Uh, never ever try and do YouTube as like as a replacement for a job. That's what I did. It's a nightmare. I got lucky. I still live in my parents' basement, admittedly, but I don't mind that. But that's mainly just because I have a very pleasant relationship with my parents, and I mean, I didn't live with them for a good like 6-7 years, and so kind of coming back was like hey, I actually get to spend time with my family again. Except for now, I only see them for like half an hour a day because I am so busy with this hobby, with this job. But yeah, I am one out of 10,000. Yeah, most people probably can't, just quit their job. Or in my case, I got fired. I got let go because they didn't need me anymore. So I was like, all right, well, what do I do? Job applications for a whole year. And then I, skyrocket to 10,000 subs on YouTube. And then it's like, you know what? Fuck it. I make almost as much as I used to at my old job. Who cares? Let's just give up on the whole, working for a game design company is hard enough, and it doesn't seem like it's nearly as fun as I originally thought. So I threw it away, and here we are, ranting and raving while staring at a pixelated princess run from left to right, recruiting people, and waiting for the inevitable heat death of the universe. But most people can't get away with this. I know a couple of people that have the money, have the time, have the something to stick it out on YouTube. But it's rare, and it's not easy to do. But yeah, there was a post a long time ago from somebody, and it effectively was, is YouTube worth my investment? I sat there and I thought for a very long time about it. And I was just thinking, holy shit, dude. You are going to have such a bad day. And what he did was he had bought a new gaming computer. Adobe Premiere Creative Suite, which I mean admittedly is just a subscription-based model now, which makes it a little bit easier to work with. But a 3DS capture card, which I believe is like $350. An Elgato, which in and of itself is, $100 to $200, depending on the model you get and whatnot. I think it's a little bit cheaper than that. Maybe knock off 30 from both sides. Upper and lower end. Or add 30, subtract 30. I don't even know. But this guy effectively had sunk, $1,000 on starting a channel. When I first started YouTube, I had a laptop, an aging, shitty laptop that, like, really I should not have used for the length that I did. There's definitely some, like, bad footage on my channel because I had no choice. But yeah, I guess it depends on how many years you put into the equation. Yeah, that's part of it. But if you're entering into YouTube with the perspective of, is this worth my investment? The answer is going to be no. I'm gonna be honest, I could probably safely invest $1,000 in a lot of other things and probably recoup my losses a lot faster doing many other things. Would I, though? No, I'm having a blast doing this. This was worth it for me. Up, see Ander. But, was it worth my investment? I started YouTube with, my laptop and a $50 microphone. Blue Snowball. Pretty good, though, I'd say, if you are looking into getting microphones. Get yourself a Blue Yeti. Those things are just so much better. I guess these things, I got one right here. Oh, man, that Archer. Holy shit, that Archer shrine. Fuck shit up. Wow, they're so much more accurate. I will keep that in mind and keep that thing topped off. But I mean, my initial investment was $30. That was it. I didn't spend any more money on it. Didn't need to. Actually, I even put some videos up on YouTube without my without a microphone, without a good one. And that was a terrible idea, actually. Don't just try and subsist with a shitty microphone. If you're serious about getting into it, at the very least you can do is invest $100 into a quality, semi-professional grade microphone. Audio-Technica Blue, whatever. And if you can't do that, then you're never gonna get any growth. So don't even bother. It's kind of like if you want to get into model car racing, you always got to buy that first kit. That's what I would compare this to. So buy that first kit, get yourself a microphone. You will not regret it at all. It is so worth it to have like good audio quality. Like right now, I'm probably a 3/4 of a foot away from this microphone, and it's gonna sound good. I don't have a pop filter. I don't need a pop filter. I don't even need to touch up my audio. That's how good this microphone is to begin with. And you know how much tweaking I've done to get it set up. And I sound better than a lot of like high-end YouTubers, which is pretty sad. Short slouching or high camera. Slouching really hard. Sorry about that. I actually have no idea where the face cam is pointed. There we go. Yeah, I've got my legs up because I'm just relaxing. However, I'm disappointingly short. I'm 5'10". I don't know how that translates to most people's definition of short or not short. But I have this kind of bad habit of all of my friends are always taller than me. My brother's 6 inches taller than me, for crying out loud. Pisses me off sometimes. Because I would like to be tall. First world problems. So ultimately I am average. Though, it also depends where you go. I went to Croatia for a while. Croatia, wonderful place. Great. I was in Dubrovnik. Though Zagreb is pretty good too. And Split. But I went to Croatia for a while. And it was great place. Problem was, I was incredibly short. They were very... Yeah, so for me, 5'10" being short is directly in comparison to my, 6'4" younger brother and 6'3" dad. My mother's almost as tall as me. That's the problem. That's why I consider myself short, even though I'm really not actually that short. I just feel short because all of my friends are tall, and all of my family is tall, so I feel short. I mean, if you got two boulders and one's bigger than the other one's always going to look small, no matter how big it is. Unless you're standing right next to them, and, I mean, at this point, the analogy falls apart pretty solidly, but let's be honest here. They're boulders. But so... I've lost my train of thought, but it doesn't matter. I mean, ultimately, the train of thought has no rails. Yes, people agree that I sound better than others. That's good. It actually makes me kind of sad that a lot of, like, higher-end YouTubers, much more subs, have bad audio quality. I remember when I was first starting, when I was first starting YouTube, there's a YouTube channel, Vanos Gaming. Shit, that's a lot of money. I don't think I have room for it all. Vanos Gaming. I don't know, kind of funny chap. Definitely caters to, like, a younger audience, which isn't a bad deal, one way or another. But, he had a Blue Yeti, professional grade one. And, so, nope, I want to hire the merchant, but he's hiding behind a farm. And we definitely don't want to build a farm right now, because that would be bad news bears. Okay, and that's the portal, so we can't do anything else here. That's fine. Yeah, the Yeti is powerful, let me tell you, though. If my mother, like, walks past me, this microphone probably will pick it up. God damn it, stop standing in front of this farm. I don't want to build it. Whatever, I guess I don't really need to buy anything from the merchant anyway. I wish the merchant would, like, bring... Oh, dude, that would be really cool if the merchant would bring, like, advanced bows with him. So you could get, like, higher grade bows, like a really fancy magical bow, like flaming bows, flaming arrows, that kind of cool shit. Archer shrines are worth their weight in gold. Let's be frank. Oh, can I build up this tower here? Probably not. Oh, I can. Yeah. I wish you could actually just, like, set it to upgrade the entire way through. Oh, well, not the end of the world. I'm going to actually sit up now. My back is starting to feel the slouch. Because I had my feet up. I wasn't even sitting in the chair proper. Flaming bows with ice arrows. Ah, yes. The good old damp weapon combo. You miss every time because the string is wet. And you're only a danger to small fire elementals. And I'm talking about small fire elementals. I really just mean Calcifer. That was a good movie. For the most part. All Miyazaki movies are... No. I didn't really like Arrietty that much. Really, I just like Princess Mononoke and Spirited Away. Ponyo was interesting. Wish it wasn't about kids, though. Grave of the Fireflies is a goddamn heart-wrencher. Don't watch that if you want to... I watched Grave of the Fireflies thinking, it's like, oh man, it's a Miyazaki movie. He makes really good, like, entertaining movies that are, you know, both have mature themes, but are great for, you know, kids and adults alike. And then I watched it and I was just like, holy shit, this was a mistake. Pure and simple. Oh no. Who did Kiki's Delivery Service? Also Miyazaki, I believe. I believe that was a Miyazaki film. I remember, oh man, I remember first watching Kiki's Delivery Service in a GameStop in, I want to say it was like North Carolina or something like that. No, I don't know. I was on, maybe I was in vacation in Washington D.C. I was not in my hometown or anywhere even remotely close, and I was standing in this GameStop, and for whatever reason they had Miyazaki films on, and so I watched the tail end of Princess Mononoke, and then started watching Kiki's Delivery Service, which was really good. And I've actually only ever seen the movie either in the first or second acts, if that makes sense. So, you know, I'd watch the first half of the movie or the second half of the movie. So I've never actually seen the whole thing at once, which is kind of, that was close. Which was a little bit risky. But, I mean, whatever. But, so, I believe that was a Miyazaki film, but I remember it very specifically because Pokemon Silver was out in Japan, but not in the US yet. And this is before I really understood how the division of the games industry even remotely came close to working. So when it came down to it, I was just like, oh man, it's Pokemon. Wait, what's this language? I understand nothing. And, I mean, I must have been, like, 11, 12, maybe. And so I was thinking about it, and I was like, man, you know, I could just buy this and, like, try and figure out the language. I mean, the user interface hadn't changed anymore. So I ended up actually, it was a just free demo copy in Japanese. It must have been in somewhere on the West Coast. I don't even know where we were. But I was just sitting there thinking, it's like, I could do this. I could play Pokemon. Ooh, Miyazaki. And then that was it. I totally forgot about, I totally forgot about playing Pokemon Silver wildly ahead of anybody I knew. Whoops. Anyway, yo, She the Mad One. I saw your message on YouTube. I was meaning to respond, but I'm really bad at responding to anything. I'm so busy with, like, streaming that it's always just one of those where it's like, Responses are hard. Let's get this wall fixed up. Who knows? It might be the division of life and death. Probably not. How the tower is out here. I mean, anything that gets through pretty much gets... Oh, yeah, we've even got that one bulked up. Beautiful. I don't want to give it to the archer. There we go. Try and recruit as many people as possible. Bows. All of the bows. Ah, yeah. Now, Miyazaki movies are good. I think my personal favorite is probably Spirited Away. I liked Mononoke for what it did, but I don't feel like it was, I I don't think the plot was as robust as it should have been or could have been, and I felt a little bit disappointed rewatching it and being like, you know, I really wish there's like more exposition here so I actually understood what the hell was going on, because I really had no idea. I was really bad about understanding that plot. I think that's true of like a lot of movies. Am I a big fan of the Pokemons? Hell yeah. I bought let's see. So let's go over my experience with Pokemon. We're getting some serious lag. The Blood Moon group must be coming hopefully on the other side so my recruits don't get smashed. But oh right, I was gonna go to the shrine and buff it up. Whoopsie. Oh well. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of the Pokemon games. I originally found out about Pokemon because one of my friends had Pokemon Red or Blue on their Game Boy. I didn't have a Game Boy at the time because I didn't have any game systems at the time. I had a computer. I played some hardcore StarCraft and Red Alert. I didn't even realize consoles were a thing until Pokemon, actually. And then I go over to my friend's place, and he's like, dude, you gotta try this out. And he just hands me Pokemon. In the middle of fighting the Elite Four for the very first time, hands me his Pokemon and says, dude, you gotta try this. And, like, he saved beforehand. I proceed to thoroughly stomp the Elite Four, having no idea, you know, how it works. Well, luckily the ogres are about as non-threatening as they can be, because they're not, I mean, what, they're not going to get rid of my bow, so who cares? Oh, man. But so I thoroughly just thrash the Elite Four, no problem. Very satisfying, too. And then I save. Or no, if I remember it, it saves at the very, very end. I'm not entirely sure. It's been a long time since I played any of the Pokemon games. But so it saves at the very end. And he got furious. Why? Because that was his first victory against the Elite Four, and I more or less stole it from him. I felt really bad about that, actually. Any Pokemon Let's Plays in the future? Probably, yeah. Okay, so I've talked about this in the past. But I very much want to do a Pokemon Let's Play in, probably midwinter. Once, you know, all the games schedules have kind of opened up a little bit. So ideally, starting, you know, December, January, kind of depends on how much time I'm spending on Xenoblade and Fallout 4. Though, realistically, if I just binge the shit out of Fallout 4 over the course of the next month, because there are very few games coming out this month, then I'll start my Let's Play of it. Doesn't Nintendo, like, flag everything? Yep, it does. I might sign up for the Creators Program, despite my general grumpitude as far as that program. But whatever. But my hope and or plan for a Pokemon Let's Play is to do either a normal series, just for funsies, probably with like Heart Gold or Soul Silver, just because I haven't played Heart Gold or Soul Silver, and that would be fun, or Black and White, because I don't have a capture card, so X and Y are kind of out, as well as the new Sapphire ones. Pretty much any of the new Pokemon games are out. I'm hoping they remake Platinum and stuff, just because I freaking loved Platinum. Even though I didn't get a whole lot of chance to interact with it. Okay, y'all need to speed up. Hopefully we don't get attacked from this side. We're getting pretty close to that portal. I'm just trying to insulate against the farmers getting smacked. No, my hope is for a Pokemon series to do either like a full, honest, normal playthrough, or a Nuzlocke. With with Bidoof. A dooflock, if you will. And only using Bidoofs. There would probably be heavy cheating involved, just so I'd actually have enough Bidoofs to throw at the game, as well as, you know, train some of them up. But effectively keep a just whole team of Bidoofs as my main force. And just have that be the thing. This strategy. A Magikarp run. See, a Magikarp run just seems, like, patently impossible. But I could probably do a Dooflock. That seems possible. Not, you know, insane. And I think it would just be kind of a goofy little thing along the way. and that way it would be kind of not just like a standard Pokemon series, but also just actually funny. Because there would be I might actually go out of my way to like do an animation for just like another Bidoof falling into just a pit of corpses of more Bidoofs. How long did it take Twitch to beat the Pokemon game? I want to say it was like a month, maybe 2. I actually felt kind of bad I didn't get into that culture, because it seemed like it was kind of an interesting thing. Interesting enough that, you know, it would have been entertaining to be clued into it more. Or at least, you know what the hell was going on. I paid no attention to it, and I kind of regret that. Because it seemed interesting enough. But, alas, I am lazy. Okay, so do we have... Okay, so that's the extent of how far we can expand out to. I probably shouldn't have chopped down these trees. But, whatever, not the end of the world. Guess let's put some money into upgrading that tower, too. I don't know where all these archers are going. I assume it's like changing the guard situation, which is more than a little concerning. You know what? Let's go get our hands on some knights. We're gonna need them anyway. Actually, no, we're not. But we might as well have them, because what the hell else am I gonna do? At this point, I've kind of just critical massed, and it's just like, well, this is fun. We got a ton of farmers too, to the point where it's actually starting to lag the game a little. Oh yeah, I was gonna actually put the money in here. Alright, so there's one. We've got an insane amount of defenses, even if we get smashed, we'll be okay. Up, see you, raw food dog. Oh wait, no, not food dog, see you, Stainless. Have a good night. Okay. I'm hoping that Roguelands releases before I go to bed, but there's no set release hour, which is concerning. What time is it even? I should probably... Ooh, hey, I got multiple emails here. I should probably actually go to bed just so I can be fresh and ready for tomorrow. I don't know. Lots of emails. So what's the other one? I like new games too. Nope, no dice. That's fair. Let's see. Oh, right. I was going to be putting more money into... these things. Roguelands. Mad one. Roguelands. It's newish. It's made by the person that made Magicite. Which I'm a little bit grumple about, just because Roguelands is, well... I mean, Magicite isn't finished and the developer went on to make Roguelands, but it's effectively just Magicite. Oh god, there they are. Well, we got smashed by the, we almost got catacrowned, but I got so much money, it's not a problem. Did that guy, like, steal a thing? I don't even know. Oh, he got a gold piece. Come back here, you son of a bitch! That's my gold! Ah! I'm faster than you. He does not give a shit. He just only wants that gold piece. That's fair. What's up, dude? Anybody else here? Nope, doesn't look like it. Oh wait, yeah, there is. He was hiding behind the tent. I wish they wouldn't hide behind the tents. I don't really understand why they do that. But still. Yeah, so I'm hoping Roguelands releases, but I don't think it's going to. There's no indication on the website of when Roguelands releases today. So, worst comes to worst, it just becomes a Catterday thing. I don't know. Not really the end of the world. Actually, it could be a lot of fun, assuming the netcode actually works. It doesn't look like I can buy it yet. Can I? Nope. It says, available November 6th, 2015. Ah, please give me an hour. It makes life so much easier. Oh well, not the end of the world. We have a lot of archers. We have a lot of money and a lot of archers, which is good. I mean, we're definitely on the fast track to. We're on the fast track to day 100. It's gonna take a while. After a certain point, I might just kind of like check out and just probably not leave it running just because so much can go wrong. But who knows? There's so much gold getting tossed around. It's so silly. I really wish my archers would actually recruit these people as we went by. Oh well. Doesn't really bother me that much. Alright. Seeing as this is more or less a rant-isode, anybody got any other questions for me that I can just, like, rant about for a while? Because I am a wealth of topics. Let's see what's on the other side of this thing. Can I do that? Nope, can't. If there's a builder shrine or a chest. Ah, there's a recruitment camp. Alright. Anything else here? Chest. Chesty chest. And looks like another portal. Alright. I might almost crusade just so I can expand out. I think of the last One Punch Man episode. Dude, I mean, that's a bit of an interesting, discussion point. If only because, if you read the webcomic for One Punch Man, you've got, like, crazy plot ahead of, like, you know, ahead of where the anime is. Or, if you, even read the manga, you've got a lot of plot ahead of the anime. So, my opinions on, One Punch Man episodes have to be a little bit, toned down, if only because, otherwise, I know exactly what's going on. Come on, there's, like, some grass there. Shitty horse. The new remake or the old original? Okay, so for people that don't know, One Punch Man is quite possibly the best anime of all time. At least as far as I'm concerned. The animation is top-notch, the writing is amazing, the characters are hilarious, and yet, you know, fairly complex. And, okay, we do actually have some Hammer Bros in here. Shit, the knights are stupid. We might actually lose some archers here. Expanding in this direction might not have been the brightest of ideas. But maybe that's just because the knights were being dumb. I don't know. But so One Punch Man is a really, really well done anime. And it's divided into several categories. So there's One Punch Man. One Punch Man 1, which is the original. It was a webcomic. Written and drawn by some Japanese author. I don't know actually if he was an author for manga or other things, but effectively he was a Japanese webcomic artist, and the art was so bad. Like, imagine, like, the drawings of maybe a high schooler that wants to get into comics and stuff. But, so, if you read the webcomic, it's like, you know, 10 volumes ahead of the manga. And the manga is, you know, 10 volumes ahead of the anime. But One Punch Man is freaking amazing. It's awesome. and really worth watching. That and Iron-Blooded Orphans, both are really good this season. Everything else, not so much so. Okay, I got a tech question. Do you do any post-processing on the stuff I record from stream before it goes up on YouTube? And if I tried linking Twitch directly with YouTube? So, yes. You can't... Okay, you can link Twitch sort of to YouTube. What I can do by linking Twitch to YouTube is I can tell Twitch to send my live streams to YouTube. This is bad, and generally you should never do it. Why? Because, if you just tell Twitch to go to, like, your Twitch video to go to YouTube, what ends up happening is you end up with a lot of, like, low quality, low grade videos going onto your channel. So whenever I do a video, I'm actually recording this in two places. I'm recording a low quality version in OBS. I'm recording a high quality version in DxStory. This is file size extensive and wouldn't be recommended, but I'm having audio issues. So this is my only choice for the time being. But so the low quality version, I will use if nothing is wrong. The high quality version I will use if something's wrong. And gonna be honest, most of the time, some weird issue happens with my audio problem. With my audio. I don't know why, but it does. So, what I do is I take, you know, I take my high quality version, turn that into a, you know, edited video. I go through, I make sure, you know, generally I try and make sure, like, all sneezes aren't in the footage. You know, I try and keep all, like, extraneous noises kept to a minimum, balance the audio properly, that kind of business. Where the shit was this guy, and how is he still alive?